I recently found a letter from him from 2013, and it states, "Dear Nish, every day I see you, I tell you that I love you. Every time that we talk on the phone, I tell you that I love you. So why do you think I'm writing you this letter? To tell you that I love you, I love you, I love you. Lots of love from your pawpaw. P.S. I love you." Our love for one another was just so special. And I didn't realize how powerful our love for one another was until I found myself praying over him in a hospital room. I just remember the sounds from the monitors constantly beeping because his heart rate was fluctuating so much. I placed my hand on top of his hand and I began to pray. Now, mind you, at the time, I really didn't know how to pray and I didn't know what to say, but as I began to pray, the sounds from the monitors began to calm down. And there was a sense of peace and serenity in the room. And his nurse came in and said, "I don't know what you guys are doing in here, but whatever you're doing, keep doing it because it's working. His heart rate is stabilizing." My aunt, who was in the room with me, looked in and said, "Nish, it was you." I looked at her confused and speechless because I don't even know what I said in my prayer. Excuse me. A couple of days have went by, and I really don't know how many days went by. I just remember that I refused to leave his side. And I would only leave if I was going home to take a shower, and that was only if my mom was staying at the hospital with him. Excuse me. Excuse me. One day, the doctor called the family in the room to discuss keeping him on the breathing machines or not. Everyone was in the room, going back and forth, debating. Emotions were all over the place, and the tension was just so high. And I remember walking out of the room because I just couldn't take it. And I'm so glad that I did, because when I walked into my pawpaw's room, he was awake. So I just asked him, "Pawpaw, do you want to be taken off of these breathing machines?" He closed his eyes, put his head down low, and didn't say anything. And I asked him, "Pawpaw, do you love me?" He opened his eyes, looked at me, and shook his head yes. I realized in that moment that he was avoiding the first question. So I placed my hand on top of his hand, and I just told him, "Pawpaw, you have loved me. It is okay. You do not have to fight anymore. You've treated me like a princess, and I thank you." He didn't say anything, but I felt the grip of his hand grow stronger on mine. We didn't say anything else in that moment, but everything that needed to be said was said. Later that night, around 10 p.m., I heard him getting restless. So much so that his breathing woke me up out of my sleep. All I could hear was, His nurse came in the room and said, "I think you should call your family." I called my mom and aunts and told them to get to the hospital immediately. I remember all of us sitting around his bed, and I was sitting at the edge of the seat, sitting in silence, listening to his last struggling breath. Everything happened so fast, but yet in slow motion. And I remember hearing my aunt cry out, "He stopped!" That is a cry I will never forget. And as I began to look up, I saw a mist descend from his body, almost like a cloud rising to the sky. I don't think I realized it at the time, but I watched his spirit leave his body. See, my papa always bought me gifts on Wednesdays, but on November 22nd, 2017, on a Wednesday, my papa left me the greatest gift that he could ever leave me. His death woke me up to the gift of my own life, and it made me realize that we are all just one breath away from leaving this earth. So I ask you, what gift will you leave this world before you take your last breath?